of harm, but we are concerned that there is no plan to do what is right in the financing area.
I call David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. This bill, the Taxation, International Investment and Remedial Matters Bill, is now coming to its third reading in this Parliament, and it's a bill which is good to see support from the other main party, the Labor Party, in regard to the taxation policy, because it is a complex area of policy and it is an area which you need some consistency in. It's really about New Zealand's international approach in financial matters, and just like we have consistency in our international approach on diplomatic matters, it's quite helpful to also have consistency in our international approach in this Parliament on financial matters. And so it's good to see the Labor Party coming to the party on this occasion. However, through the process they did have some concerns, but essentially this bill extends the active income exemption to offshore subsidiaries, commonly called controlled foreign companies or CFCs, so that it also applies to joint ventures and other significant shareholdings in foreign companies that are not controlled by New Zealanders. So it's an extension of that role and rule to non-portfolio foreign investment funds. So when we look at that active passive taxation exemption, there's a big contrast between earning of active income and passive income. Active income is your typical manufacturing type business, and passive income are more your interest, dividends and royalties. So this bill is important in that distinction there, and how we treat income earned by those companies. Also some changes around the international tax calculation methods, just rationalising those, especially in the case where there's not sufficient information and there needs to be some kind of arbitrary decision on an assumed rate of return. There's also some changes in regard to Australian companies. One of the other areas in this kind of tax area was in regard to having grey list countries, and that's been simplified now with Australian treatment and non-Australian treatment essentially. So that is another change which is in the best interest of tax simplification. So there's a few other changes in this bill, but essentially it makes it easier for New Zealand businesses to compete on the international theatre, and it's important that as a government we do that and support our businesses so that they have the ability to compete, and the taxation policy of New Zealand is not something that hinders or prohibits their competition. So this bill is good for New Zealand business. It's part of that process of helping growing a stronger economy, and we look forward to it being passed through this House today.
The Honourable Shane Jones.